Okay, here we are, part two, the grouting phase. I've got here 500 grams of grout. It's just a medium gray from Home Depot poly blend grout. Should be fine. So put it in this bucket, and again, we're going to add water. Wear a mask. And do this very slowly. You don't want to overshoot. If I almost did right there. Just right. Oh, good. That was fine. Okay, let's see how many grams that was. That was only 100 grams of water, 100 grams of water to 500 grams of grout. Now, I would go in by putting 80 grams in first and just see how it is. If it's not too much, you can add a little bit more, but you want to be conservative because you don't want to overshoot. That's about right, just like a little pile there of goo. And let's see, hopefully 500 grams is enough to do this. So you take this, wear gloves, and you just take it and work it right in to all the little crevices. The tile's still moving because I haven't waited very long, but it will be fine for me. It's best if you wait a little longer. Looks like that little handful was pretty good. Just work it right in there. And if you want a little more drama, you can use a dark charcoal grout. Or if you want to create a little more rustic, you can add beach sand to your grout, or sometimes there's a mortar mix at Home Depot. I use that instead of a commercial grout. You can get a big bag of that. And I've put latex modifiers in that and used it as grout, and it's worked just fine. If you like even more bigger stones, the topping cement mix at Home Depot will also have a lot of stones, but it's really difficult to work with. Okay, now we got that all worked in. You might let it rest a little bit. You don't want to wait too long though. So I've gotten it into the side joints too. And now we take a sponge, and I've got a bit left, so 400 grams would have been enough, but I'll do 500. And do a quick first wipe just to get some of this off of the top. You want to be patient with the grouting. If you're using topping mix or the mortar mix, it's going to set up a lot faster than the commercial grouts. These are designed to give you a little more time, so you've got some time. You don't want to use a real wet sponge for this. Really squeeze the water out so it's really just damp, because we don't want a lot of water sitting on the surface. That will go down into the grout, so it's almost too much right there. And then it's kind of watering down the grout a bit, and then when the grout sets, that water will migrate back to the surface, and it can bring up calcium and various minerals and leave a kind of scum on the surface of your grout. It's more pronounced when you use black grouts, which is why most places really only sell a dark charcoal grout. Because the true black ones are a little more difficult to work with. You have to really keep the water off of them. It's like I'm still using too much water on this. I can still see it standing there. Okay. Now this is where patience comes into play. Why it keeps, I think the tile are moving around, so it's changing my grout line here. Really let your tile sit up for an hour or two. This is why you don't want to grout them while they're still a little soft, but I can work with it. Okay, and that's good. And then you wait 5-10 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, give it another wipe. And you may do that 4 times, maybe more. Because right now all it does is really just kind of smear and adds more water to the mix. So I'll turn off the video and I'll wait a little bit and then do some more.